You've been raising chickens for a while now, and somewhere between the feed bills, the disease outbreaks, the inconsistent growth rates, and the margins that never quite add up, you started wondering if there's a better way. There is, and today I'm going to prove it. To you with nothing but math, no opinions, no I just love rabbits, just feed conversion ratios, cost per pound of protein produced, space efficiency numbers, and profit margins. Side by side, chicken versus rabbit, so you can make the most important decision in your small farm operation with complete clarity. Because here's what I know about you. You're not farming for fun. You're farming to build something real. And if a different animal gives you 40% better margins on the same square footage, with half the disease risk, you deserve to know that before you buy another bag of layer pellets. Stay with me for the next few minutes. By the time this video ends, you'll have every number you need to make this decision yourself. And if this kind of data-driven farming content is what you've been looking for, subscribe right now. This channel exists for one type of person, the farmer who runs their operation like a business. Let's get into the math. Let me be clear about something before we go further. Chickens are not a bad animal. Broiler production at commercial scale is one of the most efficient protein systems ever developed. But we are not commercial operations. We are small-scale producers. And at small scale, the economics of chicken farming look very different from what the industry wants you to believe. Here's what actually happens on most small chicken operations. Feed conversion for broiler chickens in a well-managed small farm setting runs between 2.0 and 2.5 kilograms of feed per kilogram of live weight gain. That's the number everyone cites. What they don't tell you is that number assumes near-perfect conditions. Commercial genetics, climate-controlled housing, precise feed formulation, zero disease events. On a real small farm, you're looking at 2.5 to 3.2, sometimes higher after a respiratory outbreak wipes out your flock efficiency for an entire cycle. Then there's the disease pressure. Marek's disease, Newcastle, coccidiosis, infectious bronchitis. Chickens are respiratory animals living in close quarters, and bacteria and viruses move through a flock at a speed that will humble even experienced producers. One bad week can erase an entire cycle's profit. And on thin margins, that's not a setback. That's a net loss for the quarter. And then there's the market problem. In most regions, the live chicken market is saturated. You are competing against industrial producers who operate at a cost per pound you cannot match. The only escape is direct-to-consumer premium sales, which requires processing, which requires either a licensed facility or a serious investment in on-farm infrastructure. None of this means you should stop raising chickens tomorrow. It means you should look at the full picture. And the full picture includes an animal most small producers completely overlook. Meat rabbits have been raised for food production for centuries across Europe, Asia, and North America. And then somewhere in the last few decades in the American market, they got repositioned as pets. And the entire conversation about their production efficiency disappeared from mainstream farming content. That's a mistake, because from a pure production economic standpoint, meat rabbits are one of the most compelling small farm protein systems available. Here's the framework before we get into the specific numbers. Rabbits are hindgut fermenters. They have a completely different digestive architecture than chickens. They can convert fibrous, lower-cost feed ingredients like grass hay, forage, garden waste, and byproduct feeds into high-quality protein with remarkable efficiency. They don't require grain-heavy diets to perform. That feed flexibility is a cost lever that chicken producers simply don't have. They reproduce at a rate that no other common farm animal approaches at small scale. A single doe can produce 5 to 8 litters per year, with 6 to 10 kits per litter. Do that math, and you're looking at 40 to 70 market weight rabbits per doe annually. With 10 does, that's 400 to 700 animals per year. That is produced from a space that a chicken operation simply could not match. And the market, The rabbit meat market in the United States is chronically undersupplied. Specialty grocers, ethnic markets, high-end restaurants, and direct farm customers will pay $6 to $12 per pound for locally raised rabbit compared to $2 to $4 per pound for premium pastured chicken. That price differential changes every other number in your business model. Now let's run the actual comparison. This is the core of the entire argument, and I want you to pay close attention because this single metric determines your feed cost per pound of protein produced, which is the foundation of your margin. Broiler chickens, real small farm FCR, 2.5 to 3.2. That means for every kilogram of chicken you put on the market, you consume 2.5 to 3.2 kilograms of feed at an average small farm feed cost of 35 to 45 cents per pound for quality broiler ration. Your feed cost per pound of live weight produced runs approximately 88 cents to $1.44. Meat rabbits, real small farm FCR, 3.0 to 3.5 on a pellet-based diet, and 2.5 to 3.0 on a mixed forage and pellet diet. Wait, you're thinking, that's not better. That's the same or slightly worse. Here is what changes the equation entirely. Dressing percentage and feed cost per unit. Broiler chickens dress out at 70 to 75% of live weight. Meat rabbits dress out at 55 to 60%. But rabbit feed costs significantly less per pound than high-quality broiler ration when you factor in forage and hay inclusion. And rabbit selling price per pound of dressed meat is 2 to 3 times higher than chicken when selling directly to consumer channels. Let's run the actual numbers side by side. Broiler chicken, an 8-week cycle with a 5-pound live weight. Feed consumed is 16 pounds. At 40 cents per pound, that equals $6.40 in total feed. The dressed weight is 3.75 pounds, with a direct sale price of $4.50 per pound. You get $16.88 in total revenue. The feed cost is 38% of revenue. Your net before labor and overhead is approximately $10.48 for every single bird produced. Meat rabbit, a 10-week grow out with a 5-pound live weight. Feed consumed is 17.5 pounds. At 28 cents per pound using mixed pellet and hay, that is $4.90. The dressed weight is 3 pounds, with a direct sale price of $8 per pound. You are looking at a total of $24 in pure direct revenue. The feed cost is only 20% of your revenue. Your net before labor and overhead is approximately $19.10 for every single rabbit produced. Same live weight, same time investment to bring to market. Nearly double the net return per animal, driven by lower feed cost per unit and significantly higher market price. That is not an opinion. That is simple, undeniable arithmetic. Here's another number most small farm producers never calculate. Revenue per square foot of production space. A standard broiler operation in a small farm setting runs approximately 1 square foot per bird at conventional density, which most small operators exceed, running closer to 1.5 to 2 square feet per bird for health reasons. For 100 birds at 1.5 square feet, you need 150 square feet. At 6 cycles per year, that's 600 market birds annually from that space. 600 birds at $10.48 net gives you $6,288. That breaks down to exactly $41.92 of net revenue per square foot. Now let's look at rabbits. A colony of 10 does with a buck. In a well-designed tiered cage system, which is the standard practice for serious producers, occupies approximately 120 square feet of floor space, including your grow-out cages. 10 does producing conservatively 40 market rabbits each per year equals 400 rabbits annually from that space. 400 rabbits at $19.10 net brings in $7,640. That gives you exactly $63.67 of net revenue per square foot. That is 52% more revenue from 20% less space. And that's the conservative rabbit number. Push your does to 50 market animals per year, which is absolutely achievable with good management. And you're at $95.50 net revenue per square foot. The gap widens dramatically as management improves. Every farmer tracks feed costs. Almost nobody properly tracks disease-related losses and labor time. And those two numbers can completely reverse a profitability calculation that looks good on paper. Chickens are highly susceptible to respiratory disease, especially in variable climate regions. A single outbreak of infectious bronchitis or Newcastle in a 200-bird flock can result in 15 to 30% mortality plus severely reduced growth rates in survivors. On a $10 net per bird model, losing 40 birds entirely to disease and having another 60 grow out at 70% efficiency is a massive financial hit. That represents a negative swing of $1,000 or more in a single cycle. Rabbits have their own health challenges. GI stasis, pasteurellosis, and coccidia are the main concerns. But critically, rabbit diseases are almost entirely non-respiratory and non-contagious in the way avian diseases spread. A health event in one cage rarely cascades to the entire farming operation. The way a respiratory outbreak aggressively moves and spreads through a crowded chicken flock. For labor, chickens require daily feeding, watering, bedding management, and constant monitoring for illness. Rabbits on an automated watering system with once or twice daily feeding checks are arguably significantly less labor-intensive per animal at an equivalent production scale, particularly because litter management in a well-designed rabbit system is significantly simpler, much easier than deep litter methods or the frequent clean-out required for chicken housing. This section is specifically for producers who are willing to sell direct. And if you are watching this channel, you absolutely should be. The wholesale rabbit market is thin and not where small producers make money. The direct-to-consumer rabbit market, however, is one of the most underserved niches. It is a massive opportunity in American local food production today. Ethnic grocery stores serving various communities actively struggle to source consistent local rabbit supply. High-end restaurants that feature farm-to-table menus will gladly pay a massive premium. They will pay $10 to $14 per pound for whole-dressed rabbit, as long as it comes from a known and reliable local producer and the direct farm customer who buys pastured chicken from you today. Will gladly buy rabbit from you if you simply offer it to them, especially if you educate them properly on the incredible nutritional profile. Rabbit meat is simply the leanest common protein available on the market. It is significantly lower in fat than chicken and much higher in protein per calorie, and completely free of the welfare concerns that are increasingly driving premium consumers away, driving them completely away from relying on standard industrial poultry. You are not competing with massive industrial corporations when you sell rabbit. You are in a completely different market entirely, and in that market, you have the ultimate power to set the exact price yourself. Let me bring this completely together with one final, incredibly important thought. I am not telling you to sell every chicken you own and fill your barn with rabbit cages tomorrow. What I am telling you is exactly this. The hard agricultural numbers simply do not lie. Feed conversion, space efficiency, disease risk, market price, and direct sale margin. They all point in the exact same direction when you run them honestly and clearly. If you have 120 square feet and you want to truly maximize net revenue, to maximize what that specific space produces for your business, the math definitively says rabbit. If you want to deeply reduce your dependence on expensive, volatile grain-based rations, the math says rabbit. If you want to serve a premium direct market where you absolutely control the final price, instead of competing against massive industrial producers at a loss, the math definitively says rabbit. The final decision is completely yours, but right now you actually have the numbers to make it. If this video gave you a much clearer picture of what is actually possible on your operation, then make sure to subscribe to this channel right now and hit the notification bell. We consistently break down the real economics of small-scale livestock production on this channel, so you can consistently make profitable farm decisions based entirely on hard data, not guesswork. And please drop a comment below. Are you currently raising chickens, rabbits, or maybe both? And tell me, what is your absolutely biggest challenge with managing feed costs right now? I read every single comment, and your specific answers directly shape what we will cover next. This is Livestock Mastery, and if you are still watching this video right now, you are exactly the type of serious producer this is built for. See you in the next one.